How's it going, everyone? I am here with Coach Slopek. Coach, Week 5 is on, but first, we just had two great guys on. Uh, you want to talk about them before?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to talk about, kind of all the kids tonight. And last week, too, it was great having the girls from the volleyball team here tonight. Great having the girls from the soccer team. Boy, are they exciting to watch play and watch them get after people and stuff like that. We also have one of our great golfers over there. I think this year he's going to break through and, get into that regional match and potentially the state and stuff like that. So it's what a great community to be a part of, and our guys, we don't take that for granted. The support that we get, and it's nice to be able to kind of pass that on to the other kids too, because top to bottom, 9 to 12, Springfield's a great place to be, and it's because of the kids and the families. Tonight we had two guys up here that I'm so proud of. I'm glad Jacob talked about his trap shooting. He kind of underplayed it a little bit. Like, we're talking about a national qualifier, all right, at the trap shooting. And what a great teammate he is. What a great kid he is to work with on a day-to-day basis. And then Aiden is a kid that I think this past summer, if he didn't have any luck, if he had any luck, it would have been bad luck, with different things that happened to him. But he's persevered and he's worked and is really another great guy to work with. So I'm just so proud of those guys and their growth throughout the season.
No, that's great, and I think we always have a great group of guys and girls, no matter who we get to interview. And like you said, it's just a testament to what a great community this is here at Springfield. But we want to get into it's Week 5 here. You have Campbell coming up, but first, this is the part where I'd ask you what went right, what went wrong last week. But we talked about it. You had a bye week last week.
Yeah.
I think one thing you were looking forward to at least was the opportunity, you said, to just kind of get back to some of the basics, work on that. Now that the week's over and you had that, kind of reflect on what that was.
Well, we did some grinding pretty good. We did probably more hitting than we would normally do in a regular season setting. The practices were a little longer, a little more tedious, but we did give them some off time toward the end of the week and stuff like that. It was all by design. I was kind of a miserable guy most of the week, but it was trying to harden them up, for the rigors that come. And they responded really well to that. I said on Monday when I came, I said, man, it feels good to be preparing for a game. And again, it's easy to take those sorts of things for granted. You mentioned it with the girls earlier about, like, whether you say I have to go to practice or I get to go to practice. You know what I mean? And that one word means a whole lot of difference in how you look at things. And so, I think for our guys, they sort of got a real close-up view of, man, it's great to get to prepare for a game this week because things aren't guaranteed.
No, absolutely. I think it was like a bit of maybe a shock to the team, but they adapted well. And this week you guys have Campbell Memorial. They're coming off a win against Lowville, 30-15. Talk us through this opponent this week.
Yeah, I think we have like kind of a cool connection, like to the city of Camel. One of our great Springfield alumni and athletic Hall of Famers, Dan Dahl, owns, I think, probably the most underrated restaurant in Mahoning County, in Tavern 26 up there in Camel, right in the heart of Camel. And there's so many Springfield people that go there and work there and are connected that way. Coach Porch from Camel lives in our community, married a girl that I had in school years ago. Her dad is our PA announcer at the stadium. So, I mean, like, it's really cool, to get to cross over with those guys. And boy, have we seen a great improvement that Coach has done with those guys throughout the course of the year. I think every week they've gotten steadily better. It's clear that they have a very, a plan that they're going to stick to and they're going to work, and I think their kids are playing really hard. It's a testament to their guys and Coach Porch and his staff. They've done a really good job.
Yeah, and I think this is Campbell. It's become a big game for you guys, like one that gets marked on the schedule. I know if we had a Springfield favorite here, Mickey, he gets always excited for the Campbell games.
Yeah.
He was all excited last year for it. I know but yeah, it's a big game this week. And kind of we talking to the players, they said you get a little bit of extra time to watch some film. I think one thing that stood out to them, they have a lot of athletes out there.
They do.
Yeah, how do you kind of work to counter that and keep those guys in check?
Yeah, I mean, each level of their team possesses, something that makes them good. And, in talking about, athletically, defensively, they're going to swarm to the ball. They really thrived off of creating turnovers, against Louisville. So for us, it's about being able to take care of the ball, making sure that we are extra careful when we go into piles and stuff like that, because we're going to expect that they're going to be a gang tackling kind of group. And then in terms of our blocking and things like that, making sure we stick to our rules, making sure we get on people, that we stay on people, that we finish blocks, get our ball carriers to the second and third level, give our quarterback time to complete passes, and then work the ball down the field that way. And then the dam breaks eventually. If you chip away and chip away and chip away, and then you can hit the big ones. Defensively, I was just harping on this fact today about our leverage points, okay, and understanding if you're an outside-in player, stay outside, and if you're an inside-out player, stay inside, and come together at the ball. And so it's going to take all 11 on both sides of the ball to be able to counteract some of their really good players and their really good team schemes.
And talk about kind of with losing a section game, talk about the difficulty the rest of the season, that each one of these games is going to mean so much more and not letting any opportunities go to waste.
We always have that. Whether we had the game or not against Waterloo, it was always going to be about making the most of this opportunity. There's certain things in life you can control, and we can complain and whine and moan, or we can move on. And I think we've moved on effectively because that's all we can do. That's all we can control.
Absolutely. Coach, what are your 3 keys to victory this week?
I think offensively, being able to score in the red zone becomes a major thing. All right, being able to drive the ball and score, take care of the ball. We want to have a minus, turnover ratio, meaning that we want to be plus, from our defense and not have any on offense. We want to make sure defensively, again, that we leverage the ball well, that we pursue to the ball well, that we do, if we have opportunities to attack the football, that we can get it out and recover it, or that we can tip and catch the ball when we have those opportunities. I think in special teams, again, we have to limit any sort of big returns with good coverage and good leverage. Take advantage of some of the, we have, I think, a kicking unit that's getting really good, from our kicker down to the guys covering our kicking, and that with our extra points and field goals, we can use that to our advantage as well. Those sorts of things, just overall playing good, fundamental, sound football, is going to give us the best opportunity to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach, thank you so much. Best of luck this week, and we'll see you next week for week 6.
All right, man, I really appreciate it.
Thank you.